Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jack from casinoincomeacademy.com, and we're going to do a little session of craps today. But before we get started, as I promised you, I'm going to give you guys a coin tip of the day. And this means that you can look for these type of coins in your regular change, your rolls of coins from the bank, or anywhere that you may be getting change throughout the day. Wouldn't it be amazing to get a quarter or a penny or something like that that's worth 50, 100, or even more? So today's quick coin tip is the 2020 National Park. It was supposed to be a National Park quarter for the American Samoa quarter coin, but it has an error. So these are supposed to have a bat on them. An actual bat. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is the mistake one. You can see that the bat, the face of the mother bat either is cratered in or the eyes look terrible. So sometimes they'll call this the blind bat. You can see that here, right? You can see that here. The face is cratered in. And then you can see a better version, a regular version of it here, just so you know what it looks like on the back. That's the perfect version. It's very obvious when the eyes look like the mother bat is blind or the entire face is caved in. These can go from anywhere from $50, $60 all the way up to hundreds of dollars. So check it out. And that is the 2020 back quarter that you could be finding at any point in your rolls of coins or your change. All right, so today back to craps. We're going to do another session of something that has been working so well for the last few months. I've shown you guys this before. It's called the 5-10 bounce. It uses the lay bets in craps, and you can do this on bubble craps or anything that you want or on the regular table. We're going to do this with a little bit of a different money management twist today. So you guys know I've been showing you the Serenity Reset. And the Serenity Reset is a +1 unit on whether we win or we lose until we get to up 1 unit, and then we do a reset. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to do the 5-10 bounce. I'll show you how to do that for people that are new. And we're going to use a different money management. So let's just get going. So the 5-10 bounce. Okay, we have a 4, a 3-1-4.
4 easy.
All right. And then what we're going to do with the 5-10 bounce is we're only going to look for the 5 or the 10. And then we're going to lay that number. Okay? You'll see. Here we go. All right, that's a 3. That doesn't do anything. That's a 5. There we go. Okay, so we will go ahead. We'll just use $25 chips. You can use anything you want for this. $3 chips, $5, $100. You just need to make sure that you hold on, guys. I'm having a big problem with the Wi-Fi. This is really horrible. Oh, my God. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to try to power through this, guys. I'm having major trouble with the Wi-Fi all day today.
5 fever.
All right, so that is the 5. So basically now, once the 5 or the 10 is rolled, that's what's going to start us. So the 5 was rolled. We're going to lay $25 on the 5. And now we're going to stay on the lay 5. That means that we're looking for the 7. That means we're looking for the 7. The only way anything else happens, if a 5 is rolled before the 7, we're going to lose that money. But in the 5-10 bounce, if the 10 is rolled and we already have money out there, we're going to move the lay bet from the 5 to the 10. That's a 12. That's an 8. That's a 6. Another 6. Another 6, and there's the 7. So we are going to win our bet right there. All right.
7 out.
It pays $15.83. So these are based on the odds. It's not an even money bet. So let's just keep going. Whoops, off the table. All right, there's another 5. So the point is going to be 5.
Fever 5.
Which doesn't really affect us, but now that a 5 is rolled, we're back out laying the 5. All right, so once again, we're looking for the 7 or the 10 because this is the 5-10 bounce. If the 10 comes up, we're going to take advantage of attempting to get no repeater, the no repeater math, and we're just going to move our lay bet from the 5 to the 10. There's a 9. There's a 8. There's an 11. There's the 4. A 2. Another 8. A 6. And there's the 10. So now that we've rolled a 10, we're going to do the bounce. That's why this is called the 5-10 bounce. And we're going to move our lay bet over to the 10. All right, and we're still looking for that 7. And there it is. Okay, so the 5-10 bounce worked. And there's our 7. You haven't seen us use, what I'm going to be using today is that Serenity Reset. You're not going to see that until we actually have a loss. So we are currently up. Let me move myself over here. We're currently up $27.70. And if I was using the $25 chips, I'd probably be looking for about 100 to 125 and then call this a session. All right, there's an 8. I'll register it even though it doesn't affect us. That's going to be the point. Okay, let's keep going. There's an 11. We're looking for a 5 or a 10 as our trigger. There's a 12. There's an 11. There's a 6. Snake eyes. There's a 9. And there's the 10. Okay, so this time we're going to be laying against the 10. And again, we're looking for the 7 out or the 5 to do the bounce. Whoops. Sorry, guys, off the table. All right, that's the 8. That's the point. We'll register it even though it doesn't affect us.
8 winner.
That's another 8, so it's back on the 8. The point is back on the 8.
Easy 8.
All right, so again, we're looking for the 7 out or the 5 to make the bounce. And there's the 7 out. This time it's a 5-2.
7 out.
All right, so we're up almost $40. Let's keep going. You really haven't seen the Serenity Reset yet. That's a 3. That doesn't do anything. We've been doing so good, we haven't gotten knocked off yet. But it'll happen, believe me.
4 easy.
All right, the point is 4. Again, looking for a 5 or a 10. That is a 9. There's the 5. Okay, so we're going to be back on the 5.
Fever 5.
We're going to put our quarter chip on the 5, and hopefully we get knocked off at some point because I have to show you how the Serenity Reset works. That's a 4, so that's the point. Hard 4.
4 winner.
All right. That's the 8, so the point is now going to turn to the 8.
8 easy.
And we're looking for our 7. Whoop, off the table. Here we go. All right, there's the 5. So we do get knocked off. So now you're going to see what happens. So the 4-1 is going to knock us off our lay
Fever
bet
5.
So with the Serenity Reset, we're going to go up. This is we haven't been doing it. Holy cow. I was supposed to actually go up. On the Serenity Reset, we go up a unit on a win or a loss. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. Because we actually made our 1 unit each time, we would have not gone up. Okay, because we're resetting with a +1 unit. So we've done it right because we were up every single time we won. All right, So now we're going to go up on the Serenity reset. We're going to do 2 units. But because the 5 came up, you have a choice when we do the 5-10 bounce. You can wait for the next 5-10, or you can go right back out since it was a 5. For purposes of the video, we're going to go right back out. So we're going to go to 2 units, which is 50. And now we are going to wait until we make 1 unit of profit, right? So we lost once. We're doing a 2 unit bet. So if we win this bet, we will definitely go back down. Here we go. That's an 8. That's the point. So again, Serenity reset is going up 1 unit on a loss or a win until you make 1 unit from where you were originally, from what your session high was. All right, there's a 4. The point becomes a 4.
4 easy.
All right, we're looking for another, we're looking for the 7 or the 10. There's the 7, beautiful. All right, so watch this. So we win the bet.
7 out.
Okay, we had lost 25, and we made 31. Now, you can say to me, because it's not an even money game, we didn't actually make the 25. We just made the money back. If you want to play it that way, you can play it that way, right? You can play it that way. Now, if you want to do it, based on the money itself, you would actually be going up here another unit, because you didn't actually make a unit. You made the unit back. So you can do that with the Serenity reset if you choose to. But we're just going to go back. We're just going to go backwards. All right, that's an 8. And really what I'm trying to say is,
easy.
If you lose a few in a row, that's really where you're going to want to use the Serenity reset of going up on a win or a loss to try to get yourself back to where you need to be. If you're back in the area like this, where you made up for the loss, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it when it comes to this. When we use the Serenity reset in Baccarat or roulette, it's more of a hardcore rule that we're trying to make a full unit before we go back to the base. But because these are not even money bets, it's kind of up to you. All right, so we're up about $46. Let's keep going. That's a 4. We're looking for the 5 or the 10, remember, with this system. There's the 5. Okay. So here we go. 3 and a 2.
5 fever.
So we're going to put our quarter chip on the lay, like that. Or if we're at the table, we're going to tell the dealer we want to lay it, right? Most of the time, to lay below $42, you have to be doing this on the bubble craps, just so you know. Here we go. All right, 5, 4, 9. A 6, 1, 7. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So we won again.
7 out.
All right, we're up 62, and now we're going to look for another trigger. And there it is, 5, 5, 10. So it's the points.
Hard 10.
And we're going to go back out with the quarter chip on the lay 10. And here we go. There it is, 4, 3, 7. So this has been a very smooth. We only got knocked off once. Sometimes you can get knocked off a hell of a lot more than that. And that's where the +1 comes in on the wins and losses until you make it back. So we're almost to our, I told you I'm looking to make about 100 to 125. So let's see. All right, that's an 8. The point is going to be an 8. 6, 2, 8.
8 easy.
We're looking for the 5 or the 10. That's a 9. That's a 4. That's a 6. There's a 5. Okay, a 4, 1, 5. So that's our trigger.
Fever 5.
And now we're going to go out and lay on the 5. And now we're looking for a quick 7, which would bring us basically to right in our zone of cashing a ticket. 639. There it is, 7 out. All right, 617.
7 out.
All right, so we're almost there. We're at $89. Okay, so let's keep going. 6-5 yo, that doesn't do anything. 2-1-3, all horn bets right now. 4-1-5, okay, so the point's going to be 5 and we're going to have a trigger.
Fever 5.
So we're going to be back out with our quarter chip on the leg right there. 6-4-10. Okay, so this is the bounce. Remember, that's why it's called the 5-10 bounce. So now that the 10 has come up, when we already have money out here, we're just going to bounce from the 5 to the 10. And now we're looking for our 7. Now you may ask, well, what happens if the 5 comes up again? Then we're going to bounce back to the 5. But we don't have to because we got the 7. So it's been very smooth in this session.
7 out.
It's not always like this. There we go, $101. If you're happy with that, you catch your ticket and you go home. So that's the 5-10 bounce once again. You didn't get to really see me do the Serenity reset. So what I was really trying to do was show you guys the Serenity reset for this. So just to make it real clear, we go up 1 on a win or a loss, right? Which I didn't really get to do. But we go up 1 on a win or a loss until we make approximately 1 unit. Now, because these are not even money bets, it's not going to make a straight unit. So that's up to you. You only got to see me go up once. But if you got knocked off a few times, you would be going up, right? And the way that works is you're not just going up on the win, but you're going up on the loss. I mean, not just going up on the loss, but you're going up on the win plus 1 as well until you get back to close to a full unit up from where the sequence started. That's why it's called the Serenity reset. Okay? Plus 1 up on a loss or a win. And it works a little bit better. It's easier to do it with the don't come. And you know what? I'll show you what that looks like. Because those are even money bets. So I'll show you one round like that. Okay? Of just doing it with the don't come. All right, 9. So the point is 9. And I'll just use a DC bet to show you this.
Nina 9.
There we go. All right. You can do this with the pass line, the don't pass, or the DC, or the come bet. This time what I'll do is I'll do it with the DC. Okay, you can do it with the DC or the come bet. Those are my 2 favorite. You can't do a DC or a come bet unless there's a point out. We have a point out now, right? So what we're going to do is, this is not the 5-10 bounce anymore. I just want to show you how this looks. We're going to put a $25 come bet here. All right, and now we're looking for anything but the 7 or the 11. All right, it's a 4. So that's going to travel. And the only reason I'm doing this, I want to show you the Serenity reset.
4 easy.
All right, the DC is going to travel behind the 4. The same thing as the lay bets that we were using, but you're letting the dice thrower decide. The result decides where it goes. And you could get nailed here. If you get nailed with the 7 or the 11 while you're here, you're going to lose. The 2 or the 3 is going to be an instant win, right? But for letting the dice decide what happens here, they're giving you full even money. So instead of making the odds like we were making, you're now making a full even money on the payout, the 25. Okay, so now watch this. That's a 6. That's a 12, and that's a 7 out. So when you use the DC and you get the 7 out once you've moved, you're going to make the full 25, right? But if we would have lost there, we would have used the Serenity reset. All right?
7 out.
All right, so we made the full 25. If we would have lost either in the DC area, the 25, or the 4 would have come and knocked us off the DC bet, we would have used the Serenity reset and gone up a unit, which means we would have gone, our next bet in the DC would have been 50. Okay? And we would have had to keep track of what we were down so that we make up a full unit from where we were to then do the reset. So I hope you guys understand that. But that is the 5-10 bounce. And you got to see a little bit of the DC and explanation as to how to use the Serenity reset for that. So that is the video, guys. Don't forget about looking in your change or asking for quarter rolls at the bank so you can attempt to get one of these blind bat error coins, right? The blind where there's a problem with the mother bat's face like that. This one's really bad. You see that? Some of them, it's just the eyes look a little weird on these. And as you can see, they go from anywhere from, $50 to hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you can find it. And it's just a regular quarter on the other side. And these are the 2020 quarters. So there's a lot of different versions of the 2020 because they did all these park and interesting the back on them, the obverse. There are other eras on the 2020 coins and other coins. I'm going to be giving you guys one hint on a lot of the videos coming up. But that is the blind bat mint error on the 2020 U.S. quarter. We will see you on the next video. And guys, in the next few days, we have a big announcement. Our next premium roulette system is going to be released. So by the time you see this video, it may have already come out. Check YouTube to see if the video is out yet. But our major new release that people have been waiting for, Roulette Scalper, is going to be out this week at some point. Keep your eyes open. And if you want a discount code to get that system at a discount, you have to be a subscriber to our newsletter on the website, casinoincomeacademy.com. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now. If you are, you're going to get the discount code. And this is going to be an incredible system. You're going to hear everything to do with how this thing works and what have we been doing with it very, very soon. So keep your eyes posted for the email or the video here on YouTube. Have a great day and check your change.